Hey, Tim. What's up, man? Chris Everett, Rob Fox. Look like everybody looking for somewhere to be. Catfish Express. Hey, man. Matt. Well, that's just a habit I got. Let me see. Is that Catfish Express? Golly. My mind went blank. It ain't Jamie. You're right about that. You sure right about that. I couldn't catch one in a bathtub with fresh bait and 4 fishing poles. Oh, Lord. I don't think I'm going to let him up here. Him and his 2 compadres are wanted for murder in Nevada. The masked fisherman.
I seen that title on that thing pop up there, and I said, "Look at here."
Yeah, I know it.
Oh, mercy.
The masked fisherman. I'm lost. I feel like I'm supposed to know who this Catfish Express is, but I'm lost. Hey, Missy. Matt, you ready for the ice storm? Hey, Melissa. Y'all getting rained on down there in Sunnydale Farms or whatever the name of that thing is? Yeah, you better. I hope y'all don't have no dadgum ice down.
Boy, what that truck stop?
Okay, Express.
Wasn't that truck driving a mess?
Oh, that was a mess. I tell you, y'all don't need to do that no more. I hate to see all them people get killed. I tell you, that boy, Susquehanna Stan must have killed probably 40 folks on that bus.
Did you?
It tore up the whole game. It caused a glitch. There was trucks coming by dragging the butts and everything. Man.
Did you watch that video I made today?
No, I didn't watch it. I watched it all live last night.
I cut a video out of them highlights last night. Lord,
I saw it. I just hadn't looked at it.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, David, that's what I'm thinking.
I tell you what, that Stan, he needs to work on his driving.
No, he just doing it for the heck of it. He tries to wreck folks. Running down the interstate and slamming on his brakes and stuff.
Oh my Lord.
And then pulling out and running over cars. Of course, you was banging them up pretty good last night yourself.
Hey, well, at last there at the end, Stan stopped in the middle of the road and Hogleg stopped and I couldn't stop.
Yeah. And it knocked Hogleg plumb over the other lane and almost in the lake.
Yeah, Melissa's telling you I put Hogleg's wreck in slow motion and zoomed in on it. It's a mess.
Mm. Well, these boys in Arkansas, Matt and Matt and David, they might be in for a rough spell here with this ice storm. Well, they're not calling but up to about a half an inch of ice. So that won't be so bad. We had one down here in '94. I live in town. We was without power 7 days. No water, no stores open, no TVs. All the TV towers came down. Main transmission lines and big aluminum poles fell over like dominoes. We lost the county I live in lost 80% of the utility poles in the whole county.
I think we gonna get close, but I don't think we're gonna get no
No,
ice.
it's gonna miss y'all. We out in the country. My office. I worked on a research farm, ag chemical research farm in them days, and we were way out in the country, 7 miles to the nearest town, and we didn't get power for a little over 2 weeks out there at the farm. Man, we had to go get generators. My brother-in-law at the time went down in Louisiana. He's a crop duster, and him and his pilot that worked for him, they went down in Louisiana, would pull 2 trailers down there, and they went around down on the coast in Louisiana and Mississippi, and they bought every generator that there was down there to be had, and they sold. I mean, he left the price tags on them. You know, he wasn't gouging. He was helping. They sold every one. I don't know. It must have sold 150 generators. And since then, people have been buying and bought them for nothing after that. I was lucky. I already had one.
I'm looking at the weather now. It's going. Whew.
Yeah. And Mr. Matt. Hey, Matt.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, man. I hope y'all miss that ice. I hope it ain't bad if you get it.
Yeah, I hope it's not going to be anything too serious.
I tell you, I lived through one of the worst ones I've ever been in this part of the country, and it was terrible. Well, I live in town, 30,000 people, and we were out 7.5 days. 7.5
Well,
days.
this is the first one we've been through.
But yeah, it broke off all our utility poles. Man,
Yeah, the last one we went through, it was in and out pretty much the whole time. We had power surges and everything like that.
we didn't have no power surge. We didn't have no power. Man, it was bad here. I wouldn't wish that on nobody.
Right.
And every time we get under one of those ice storm mornings, I go fill up my truck and my wife's car, and I tell her, and she packs 2 or 3 suitcases, and she says, "Where are we going?" And I said, "We're going south. We're going south till we see lights burning." But I ain't living through another one of them damn things. Man, that was pitiful. Telephones, we had the telephones continued to work. Now, don't explain that. I can't explain it to you why the telephone didn't go out. This was before cell phones. But
Right.
the telephones, I think they stayed on. No, I don't remember. I can't remember. I know there wasn't no radio stations. It was strange to turn the radio on and nothing, just nothing. Wasn't
This last winter storm, I was telling Troy that our power kept going in and out, in and out, in and out. It was just like power surges.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it went out like the last time, and everything worked after the power surge, but my TV. Like it like shut my TV. Like it didn't. Nothing else worked.
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden, I had a buddy come out and work on my TV, and my TV came back on. He was like, "Hey, let me try this. Let me." He just all he did was disconnect some stuff.
Yeah, let it
And
unwind.
yeah, and now this time it's just it's supposed to be the worst. This freeze that's coming up is supposed to be the worst one to hit this year.
Yeah. Yeah. I I hope y'all don't get it. I mean, if you get it, I hope it's just a light dose. I hope it ain't no big storm. Man.
Well, now it's saying here that it was saying that it probably wasn't going to do it, but now it's saying 1 o'clock tomorrow it may start sleeting.
Yeah. Well, see, Troy.
Yeah, sure. That's what it was saying here. That we've been getting warnings like that all night.
Yeah, sleet. I can live with sleet. I can live with snow. But when it's raining and that temperature falls down at about 29 degrees, that's serious then, partner. It gets
David,
serious.
David Smith. That's pretty accurate nowadays, at least.
Yeah. It's serious when that water starts freezing on them limbs.
Yes, sir. I have a cedar tree in my front yard, and I have a cedar tree in my backyard, and basically I have cedar trees all around my house, but my main cedar tree in my front yard and backyard and beside my house I need to trim because like I was telling David, I was sitting here the last storm, and all I heard was pop, snap. Just kept going and going and going.
Yep.
And then when the snow stopped, and I was able to get outside, and it started melting, and I started batting away the snow and everything. The limbs that weren't going up, I was able to get underneath the trees, the cedar trees, because I allow them to grow so long, so they were like a shelter.
Yeah.
That I got underneath them, and I was able to see that a lot of the limbs were like bowed, like snapped. It was crazy.
That was a pine tree between me. It was on my property. And I don't know why one of my kids planted that pine tree. I hate pine trees, but the school teacher sent it. The school teacher sent him home with a sapling, and we planted it. And that tree had gotten up to be about 20 feet tall. And during our ice storm, that tree bent over and tore the service off of the side of my neighbor's house, the meter base and everything. It didn't ever break. So when it thawed out and everything, over a period of weeks, that dang tree stood right back up. But that tree bent over and I didn't have any idea they'd have that much force, but it tore the meter base off the back of my neighbor's house.
Golly.
Sure did. Of course, it didn't make no difference. He didn't have no power anyway.
I'm back.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, Bread and milk. Is that what Ryan Hall said? I tell you what you better do. You better draw up as much water as you can hold. Bathtub,
Yeah.
water coolers, ice chest, pots, all the water you can hold. That's what happened here. Our city, we didn't have no backup power for our water tanks. And look, man, it's 30,000 people here. Well, it was in '94. There ain't that many here now. But the whole town went out of water and about the fourth day. There wasn't no water.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I hope it don't snow here, because if it does, or if it even ice, it's this place. These people down here, they go nuts.
Well, I just stay at home, but
well, I'm going to. But
you can't stay at home with no heat and no water and nothing. You got to do something different.
No, because I did it for 12 days.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna do it no more. I'm leaving.
Oh no, the people here in northern Arkansas, they're just stupid. I'm gonna be blank. They're just dumb because things happen here and people just get stupid.
That's the way they are here. It's pure ignorant. They don't know how to drive, first of all, on it, and then they get out there and they hot rod around, and it's bad.
Well, I don't guess. I don't know. I guess Tim is the closest one to it right now. Out west, we got I got some of them guys in Oklahoma. Who is that out there in Oklahoma? Danimal?
Yeah, it's supposed to be New Mexico. It's supposed to be around Texas and then pushing up this way. So I mean, I'm not really sure, but yeah, it's not going to be not going to be good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I got a bunch of friends that live in West Arkansas. Bill Wright is one of them. He lives in Springdale, Arkansas, so he's gonna be right in the middle of it. But I figured he gets a notification, but he don't ever come in here anymore. He comes on my live when I'm out there fishing a lot. Yeah, Tim, I know it. That was something last night.
Go to bed, Missy Kennedy.
Yeah, you better stick to jig time. Matt gone again. All right, well, has it passed you, Tim? Has it already moved east of you? Or is it still hadn't gotten there yet? Yeah, same way in Mississippi. You know, that's funny about that ice storm we had. The roads were fine. It just had trees all over and power lines and light poles. I couldn't get out of my neighborhood.
You sure ain't gonna have to tell me, David Smith. If y'all see me out on the sidewalk and that, y'all stop picking me up. Somebody done locked me out the house. I'm going out there in that bed.
Yeah, no, bad enough out there, much less in a wheelchair.
No. We went yesterday and got groceries. She's supposed to go to her choir practice tomorrow night. She may not even get to go. I looked at the weather a while ago. It looks worse than it did earlier.
Okay, Matt. Hey, Buck. Polar bear.
You're welcome, Buck.
I did some laughing. I sat up here and laughed. Y'all put on. It was like a clown show, man.
I knew it would be.
But when Stan knocked Hog Leg plumb over yonder in the off of over the railing of the other lane. Man.
Yeah, and I like I said, I cut a video out of that and really zoomed in on it. You see Hogleg do a truck parts flying all over the place. You see him do a
Oh,
360 in the air.
yeah. Yeah, you was going up the road and all of a sudden there's truck parts flying by. During the
Oh man.
live, during the live show, you was going along and there was parts flying by on that other side of the highway over there.
Well, Stan is. Let me tell you something about Stan. Stan's biggest problem is he goes too fast, and then he can't slow down, and then he's like Grandma on Sunday. He rides the brake when he's in front of you. So if
Okay.
you're going longer, you got to constantly watch him because he'll shut it down in front of you. And then when I rolled that truck, flipped it, that was on him because he stopped up there on the road. Well, Hogleg jammed on the brakes, and I didn't have time. I tried to swerve and hit the guardrail and flipped it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Y'all tore up some stuff. It was terrible.
mm.
Keep them going for a minute. I got to run to the kitchen.
All right. Yeah, I think old Hogleg, he didn't know what to think about Stan. He's like, oh my God. He's like, what? I think I got hit. And I'm like, yeah, you got hit. Oh my God. That's a mess. Well, I was gonna play another Eye of the Police game, and then Stan said, "Let's convoy," and I thought, well, if we get Hogleg in on it, I'll do it. And sure enough, he's ready to go. And so, luckily, I had already tested it out. I knew it would work. The voice part of it, when we're talking, has just a little bit of an echo to it. There ain't a whole lot I can do about that. Because it's coming in on a different wire. So I would fix that if I could, but I don't. The echo wasn't too bad, but it's got a little bit of water.
No, I didn't think the echo was too bad.
It's worse on our end than it is on y'all's.
Okay.
And I think if we all had headsets on, it would probably be better.
Yeah.
But what is the name of that game? It is called American Truck Simulator. And I bought it at the Steam, STEAM store. And if you go over there and look for it, and I think it's like $20-something right now. But they put that thing on sale about every other month. God dog, old man, do you like tomato juice?
I sure do. That's the second job. That's the second job open today. The other one's gone.
They put that game on sale about every other month.
I don't even put it in a glass no more because I'm the only one drinks it.
How much vodka you got in there?
Huh? No.
How much vodka?
Nah. Friday was a month since I had a drink.
Yeah, you hadn't been feeling good.
I know it, but I'm feeling better all the time. I put up 2 half gallons of cucumbers today. Made pickles out of them, garlic pickle. And a half gallon of cabbage. Made sauerkraut.
Yeah, I don't want to get nowhere near Stan because I know he gonna run over you.
Yeah, I finally got my stomach back right from that damn COVID medicine. Eating all that eating all that fermented food, trying to get going again. I think it killed every enzyme in my stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just straight V8, hot and spicy.
Hot and spicy.
You got a question there, Troy?
Uh, I I have it on PC. Uh, Tim.
Oh, it sounds like y'all gonna have a foursome now.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Tim, I don't believe Tim Hart can stand y'all driving truck with him.
I play it on PC, and so does Stan and Hogleg, and that's how we multiplayer. Now you can play it on Xbox, but you can't cross play with us on the computer from Xbox. And Xbox is a pain in the behind to try to live stream from. It's so much settings to it that you've got to do all this stuff to get it to work, and you got to go live stream from Xbox to Twitch because you can't do it to YouTube, and it's just a mess. So I do all my stuff on computer now.
Yeah, Tim. Tim said he ain't gonna get involved. Or either his heart wouldn't stand in one or the other. I don't know what he means. But I tell you, y'all, man.
I couldn't stand it twice a week. Good night, Irene. I live streamed yesterday for 6 hours. I was ready to go to bed.
I know you were. Yeah, I could tell you were ready to go to bed.
That's a weekend. That's gonna have to be, if we do that, it's gonna have to be on Friday or Saturday, because I'm gonna tell you, my wife's gonna come out there and give me the side eye, like, "Hey, boy, it's time to go to bed."
I guarantee you, man,
because she got to work. I don't have to work.
Right.
No,
it takes up some time, Tim. Especially with that bunch when they don't, on top of not being able to drive, and they reckon about every 20 miles, they don't know what they're doing to get the game set up. Maybe they might get better at that, though.
The problem is that that's the first time we done it. And what I wanted to do was do a dry run before I tried to live stream it, because, they're kind of new at it. Yeah. Not because of playing the game. It's just getting everything
set up.
Yeah. And figure out how we all have to get on the same map and everything else. And it just, but we got it worked out fine. We know how to do it now. So.
Yeah. Once y'all figured out where to go on Stan's, up there when he started the convoy, once y'all figured out where the joint up place was, he kept saying, I forget what he kept saying.
He kept trying to tell us how to get up there to him, but what I'm trying to figure out is why, if he knew how to do it, that the Joker waited an hour to tell us.
Mm-hmm. I'm not allowed to hear. He said, I'm on top of a bus.
Oh, my Lord. Well, see, there's so much carnage up there. They had wrecked so much stuff up. There was cars all over the road.
Mm-hmm.
And well, when you're live streaming like that and you're doing multiplay, it glitches it sometimes because you got so many wrecks. Well, I see a wreck, but Hogleg may not see it.
Well, y'all just sitting there in the road, and y'all told Stan, push that bus out of the way, and the next thing you know, boy, all hell broke loose.
Well, I knew that was going to be a mistake.
I don't see. I can't figure out how Stan got on top of the bus.
I knew when he done that. I knew when he done that it's going to be a mess. And in fact, him and I have convoyed before, and I told him the last time we did that, when he does that, it's going to be a disaster. And he didn't listen to me, and he still ain't learned anything. But it's sort of like a kid. Sometimes you got to let them fall off the bicycle before they'll listen to you.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it makes him no difference what he tells us.
No.
Kind of like you in the patrol car. You're going to lose your job before it's going to happen there.
Well,
they ain't going to keep giving you cars.
I had a shift today. I didn't even wreck it.
Oh, yeah? What did you do? Office work?
No. I didn't even wreck it today. Oh, my Lord.
What, they have you on school duty?
They have another one of those police games, and it's a Grand Theft Auto. What it is, it's a mod. It's a modification of another game. And if I could ever get that thing to work, now you won't talk about wild. Now that is wild. I mean, they got car chases and shooting and fighting, and it's a mess.
You parked at the donut shop.
I've seen them have 45-minute pursuits. It's a mess.
Yeah, polar bear. That's the only way Troy wouldn't wreck one in patrol cars if they dropped him off at the crossing guard. Hey, turtle lady.
I'm glad y'all liked it. Yeah. Oh my Lord. It takes a while to make a doggone 12-minute video.
I bet it does.
Yeah.
Well, I made them before, but I don't even worry about it no more because hey Lance, I ain't got the patience to fool with it.
Time you add in all the editing and all the zooming in and the sound effects and the music and the little extra sound effects that I put in, good Lord, it took like an hour to finish that thing today, hour and a half.
I bet it did. Boy,
go to bed, Chad.
There's detail in the John.
Yeah,
hey,
John.
Tim. How you doing, Tim?
Well, I think I got to tell you though, I think Hog Leg and Stan kind of got me off the hook last night about being the worst driver.
Well, Hog Leg ain't bad, but that Stan is he's hell on wheels.
He is a menace. That boy is a menace to society. I'm fixing to tell you.
Yeah, David, that's what tickled me. That old car was smoking and dragging wheels and everything, and he was stopping folks with a tail light out. Couldn't even see the car for the smoke, the boiling up in front of the car. The man is saying, that car pulled up behind me. I just leave him standing there.
I went and stopped one yesterday afternoon, and the doggone car was smoking so bad that when I got up behind it, I couldn't see nothing. I rear-ended it.
Oh, man.
There's Epic. Hello, Epic.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
He sure did. He went across 2 lanes of traffic and over that rail and out in the dirt.
Well, I don't think he knew it. I don't think he knew where he ended up. And he said something along the lines of, he's like, I just what happened? And I'm like, well, you were on the other side.
The other side of the highway headed the other direction.
Appreciate it, Terry.
Stan got his car fixed. Got his truck fixed. Stan got his truck fixed. He had 100% damage on the trailer.
Oh my.
He said, well, they can't fix a trailer. And he drove that trailer all around with 100% damage.
Wait till y'all see me get out on a foot chase, chasing a thief and trying to tase him.
Oh, my goodness. Boy, if somebody told me all that would be available in 2023. And when I was sitting up there watching my kids play Pac-Man.
Oh my, yeah, ain't that something? And the thing about it is the improvements are coming now. They're coming. You know, there was a large gap in between a whole lot of improvements between 80 and 95, and now the improvements are just coming constantly.
Yeah.
And if I could, I'm trying to work on get that other thing for that other mod for that other police game. Like I said, it is wild, but I'm gonna tell you that is something that has to be done. If I live stream that, it needs to really be done at night because it's really not kid friendly.
Oh, bad language and everything.
Now, well, not so much bad language. It's just, you know, it's a mod made by gaming creators, and you know, it's a lot of blood and
Oh, yeah. I
stuff
don't
like
care
that.
nothing about watching that now.
Huh?
I said I wouldn't care nothing about watching that.
It's wild. It really is wild.
I like that. I like that trucking game.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Everybody likes that trucking game.
Yeah. Well, how many can you, when you sign on to that trucking game, can you tell around the world how many people play it? Do you have that capability?
No, I don't.
All right, can you join a convoy of people that you don't have any idea who they are?
Yes.
You can.
Yes. I join if there's an open session, or if I make an open session, I can join a convoy of it that has 8 people in it.
Really?
Yeah.
See you, Tim. I don't
Yeah.
know he finished his pizza. Now he's going to bed. What the world are he doing eating pizza at 12:30 in the morning? So do people actually do that?
Oh yeah.
They do.
Oh
What
yeah.
happens when what happens when you wreck one of them?
I don't know. I ain't never wrecked one of them. I do know this. I do know this. I know some guys that do it, and I have watched them do it before. And Lord have mercy. That's very adultish.
Really?
Yeah, it really is. There's a lot of folks out there that do lie. I try to keep mine very clean if I can. Now, last night, I did say a dirty word last night by mistake,
Yeah, you
but
did.
I try not to do that. I really do. Now, listen.
See you, Matt. See you, Tim.
I get on this thing, and we get to talking and laughing and stuff, and people might hear me, and they'd be like, "I ain't never heard Troy talk to me on the phone. I ain't never heard you say the cuss word." Well, you're not supposed to, you know.
Not supposed to.
No, Now I had a little slip up last night, but them boys there now they do that convoying on there. They ain't no slipping up. They just flat cussing, and that's not good. That's not good. That last night, what we did last night was good, clean fun. That's what that was.
Yeah.
You don't need all that cussing and fighting and carrying on. If I want to watch that, I'll turn on the news.
There you go. What's been going on in Memphis? Anybody keeping up with Memphis?
Well, they going.
I was keeping up with it night before last, but it don't interest me.
They going. They gonna prosecute those guys.
Are they still protesting or whatever?
Well, they're probably not going to protest a whole lot because they're because they're arrested them. They gonna. I would tell you something. Them cats going to prison. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that.
I think so too.
And I don't think it's going to be much of a trial either. It's. I looked at the unedited version of that video. It's pretty rough. They beat that man horribly, and they didn't have to do that. I think they're going to jail, and I think there'll be a plea. I don't even think there's going to be much of a trial.
Well, you don't think they'll run?
Run? You mean try to go off and hide?
Yeah.
No, they're not going to do that. I don't think so. I think it was. I think they're going to take the medicine. I think the lawyers is probably going to be smart enough to make a deal for them, and they're probably going to get some time, but not as much as they would if they fought it.
Yeah.
They killed that man. That's all there is to it. They killed him. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, tell the lady, I watched some of the video. But if it's 5 cops there and they all got guns and billy clubs. If you ain't got a gun, what you gonna do, really? In that situation, about the only thing you could do was shoot them. And Lord have mercy, you couldn't kill all 5 of them before they killed you. I guess some people probably would have got killed, but I don't know. Well, I hadn't watched all the video. I don't like to watch it kind of stuff. Yeah, they had a.
Let me just say this about it quickly. When you got 5 cops standing over you and you down on the ground, there's no need to kick a man while he's down.
Don't seem like.
No. At that point, they could just got the handcuffs on him and been done. He was no threat anymore. It's ridiculous.
I didn't see where he was at. Well, like I said, I hadn't watched but just one short clip of it, and I said I don't, because I just don't care nothing about all that kind of stuff. But I didn't ever see where he was trying to resist or do nothing.
That's not the first time those guys have done that. They've got by with that before, I can tell you that.
They bound to have. That was what they call a scorpion unit.
It ain't no more.
They disbanded it?
Sure did. Police chief probably going to lose her job over that.
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all what I tell my wife all the time, and she will testify to this. There are people out there that are police officers today and that have been over the years and was when I worked for law enforcement that do not need to have a badge nor a gun. I can assure you that.
Yeah,
There's bad apples in every bunch, and law enforcement is no different.
that's exactly you're exactly right. And anybody that thinks it's different is they living in looking through rose-colored glasses because
Show off.
it's just like coaches and everything else. There's good coaches and bad coaches, good school teachers and bad school teachers. I mean, it's in every walk of life, but
Well, that's the difference in being tough and heavy-handed when you have to be and being abusive, and that was purely abusive. That's all it was. And then stand around over the man and laugh at him. Now that's a class of clowns there, in my opinion.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Yes, sir. Sure is.
Well, we'll leave that alone now.
Yep.
Well, I really hope nobody gets caught up in this ice storm.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's going to be too bad on my end.
Hey, who won the football game today?
Philadelphia beat San Francisco and Cincinnati. Kansas City beat Cincinnati.
Okay, what a good game.
The first game was not all that great. It's kind of a blowout. The second game was a very good game.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good game.
So Kansas City and Philadelphia are going to be in the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir. That's the way it looks. That's the way it's going to be.
Wonder what the betting line's going to be.
Steve, I couldn't tell you, and I don't even know if I could even pick a team that's probably gonna win. Tell you the truth,
Well, I'd have to pick.
they both got great teams. So I always like to give a little forefront about who I think may win, and I'll say this: I think that the team that scores the most points is gonna win. No, I was being funny. The team that makes the executes the bigger plays will be the winning team. I think they're very evenly matched. So, weather warning: Southerners are urged to travel. The only place I'm going to travel in this house, Buck William, is to the bathroom and to the kitchen. That's going to be the extent of my traveling. And I'm going to do that in the moo-moo.
Eagles about won. Well, all that money, they all that money will go on the Eagles. That line will have to move.
What's she saying? Do it practice night? I missed that. Them girls talking about doing a practice night about something. What did I miss?
Driving a truck. That's Turtle Lady and Melissa.
Oh, that would be priceless. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'll do.
You'll host it, won't you?
I sure will in the New York Minute. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, I can see that. I'll tell you what, Hogleg tickled me last night when he said, talking about that was Turtle Lady driving that little old car. I laughed. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can do it. I'm sure y'all could. I'm confident that Hogleg could teach you how to drive that truck and listen on that game. A Turtle Lady, I ain't too confident in your husband. I think to tell you. You might ought to get on there with me and let me give you a little help. I laugh at Stan because he gets to going so doggone fast that he won't slow down. Oh my Lord!
Yeah, tell the lady you ain't got much of a teacher now. I'm gonna tell you that.
I got about 10 messages today. People just love that last night.
No, I sent you one.
Yes, Lord, they just loved it.
Yeah, you can't drive a boat either. Hey, Dallas.
You know, that's true though. Every time I see you and Hogleg go somewhere, Melissa's always doing the driving. Wonder why that is.
There's got to be some underlying issue there. And
Sure enough, well, you know, Hogleg said, I don't like to drive in the dark. I said, well, now, how does a man that used to drive a truck for a living don't want to drive in the doggone night? I think Stan told me that he had a job driving a truck at one time, but he got fired. Oh my goodness!
I never have driven one.
I ain't either, and ain't nobody picking let me drive one either.
Melissa's in there somewhere, Tim. Oh. I bet you Hogleg's driving it right now somewhere.
He probably is. I can see him when he comes home if he's in there playing it. I know it.
Ran into my instructions. I believe that, Stan.
I ran into my instructor. Oh my Lord, did you really? Oh my God. That does not surprise me. Oh my Lord. That'll get you fired. I guarantee you it will. Oh my Lord.
I see Kenneth is still down. He had to cancel his show tonight.
What's going on with Kenneth?
Back problem.
Is it still the back? Golly.
Yeah, I guess so. That's what it is. I think so. Yeah, Hogleg don't like to drive at night. Yeah, I said, what in the world? And then the sun is shining, and Troy had his windshield wipers running, and then it started raining, and he didn't have them on no more.
Yeah. I was trying. Well, I didn't even know you could even do that. They're talking about drinking a cup of coffee, and I'm like, I couldn't figure out what they was talking about. And he said, well, we're gonna drink a cup of coffee and take a nap. And I'm like, is he talking about doing that for his show? What's he talking about?
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out what he was talking about.
I couldn't either. I mean, I never had seen you do it, so
I didn't know you could do. Well, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, that game is pretty neat. That fishing game is pretty good.
Let me tell you something about that fishing game. That fishing game is it's tough. It ain't easy. I drove. I drove. I made a map of that lake because I knew they were going to do that tournament on that lake, and I must have spent 8 hours on driving around that lake fishing, looking for hot spots.
Yeah.
Now, that's 8 actual hours. But there's a lot of good competitors out there.
Yeah, well, you beat your date with your previous score and hell dropped 100 and something points, places or whatever.
Yeah. There's a lot of good players out there, and the thing about it is, a lot of those people that's playing that don't even have never even fished in real life. I don't know nothing about fishing.
Well, that surprised me that you dropped like you did.
Yeah,
Hell, some of them guys caught 70 pounds.
I know it. All I'm trying to do is right now. All I'm trying to do is just improve steadily and try to get up there. Maybe try to get past the 245. I'd like if I could get in the top 200, I'd be thrilled with that. Because I ain't no telling that may be 5,000-10,000 people in this thing.
Right.
They 3,500 in it last time. And just grow it all the time.
I got to put this stuff up. Damn, I sit here and drink this whole jug.
You're going to be up in there peeing all night long.
Yeah, probably so.
Oh, Lord.
I love that stuff. I love that flavor. And that's the reason I'm making all this sauerkraut and all these pickles. I love that. I don't know what it is about it, but I crave it. Always have.
You need to try that. You need to get that game, Stan. I'm watching it. I keep an eye out for it to go on sale because me and you need to get out there in the boat and do some fishing.
What do you do when you put one of them high-powered bass boats up on the top of a tree up on the bank? Who do you call then?
Well, fortunately, it don't let you run up on the bank.
It won't.
No.
Stan won't like that game.
But I told Hogleg them last night, what we need to do is we need to pick a town and we need to clear the road. And I think we can clear the road of traffic or even just leave the traffic on there instead of trying to haul a load. I think we just need to run from one town to the next and run a race. And when I talk about a race, I ain't talking about just a straight down the road race. I'm talking about a race where you're trying to get by the other guy and knock one out and win it.
Well, I kind of know who's gonna win that.
It's probably gonna be Stan.
Because all he got to do is drop behind y'all and then take both of y'all out on the same swoop.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something about that. No, Stan, I know that. And I may have an ace up my sleeve on that. They don't have a truck race listed. Well, I know they don't have a truck race listed, but
no, he said they do have.
They have one listed. Oh yeah, we got to do that.
That's probably around the oval though.
No, it ain't neither. Is it one really listed there, Stan? Good God, Irene. Well, that would be a funny live.
Well, if I was gonna race with Stan, I'd have on my back there on my fifth wheel, I'd have me some ramps going down where when he run in the back of me, he just keep right on over the top of it.
And now you better talk to Hog Leg. If you're gonna race with Stan, you better have a parachute because you fixed to go airborne. I ain't never seen a truck fly up in the air. All I seen was part of the truck going one way and the rest of it going over my head.
He can knock him out in front of her. I wonder why Tim couldn't see Melissa.
I don't know.
He said he got his fixed.
Well, boys and girls, I'm going to bed.
You fixing to go? Well, yeah, you got to get into bed tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm still trying to recover from last night. That all-nighter was hard on old people. I don't know how Hog Leg and Melissa stay up all night long like that.
Well, they sleep all day.
Melissa tell Hog Leg if she talks to KP, tell him I'm thinking about him. I hope he gets better. Troy had me dying when he said Hog Leg's truck looked like a clown show. That doggone Stan, he put Hog Leg up in the air and then he gonna get close to me. I said, get away from my truck, you clown.
Is that what you call that, David Smith?
Oh my goodness.
The one got a spit cup on a stick, and the other got a spit cup in one hand, and a V8 juice bottle in the other. You got 90 presents, and get to enjoy first class grade A rednecks.
We'll see y'all.
Okay, Troy.
Good to see you, Steve.
Yep, you too. Later, bud. Yeah, you're probably about right about that, David. Yeah. Yeah, I put up 2 half gallons of garlic pickles today and another half gallon of sauerkraut. I've eaten a gallon of sauerkraut in about the last 14 days. I got a little bit left. Man, I love that stuff. Hello there, guy. And it's so easy to do, and it's so good for you. See you, turtle lady. That stuff is good for you. Everybody ought to be eating it. And it takes about 2 weeks to get your system accustomed to it. And I noticed yesterday, day before yesterday, that I got Fishing Guy Ranch. That's right. That my stomach was hey Doug, was getting more settled because I went through COVID while I was eating it too. So that probably had a little to do with it. That COVID medicine was terrible. But I mean, I'm back now. Like David said, if you can sit up here and spit snuff and drink spicy V8, your stomach's in pretty good shape. Boy, how rough is that? How nasty. Lord have mercy. No, I'm not coughing. I never did really cough with it. I got strangled in this live stream one night, but it wasn't called a COVID. I got strangled. I've done that before, but I never had any symptoms. I actually had a little runny nose, and my nose is running a little bit still. He's over here on the floor behind me. Lucky been in hot water all day. I done thrown 2 snuff cans at him today, and he hadn't been around me, but he's sitting over here on the floor. He had a spell where he wouldn't leave Mama Kitty alone. He chased her all over the house, and every time he come by, I threw a snuff can at him. And then Kay got after him. I bought a cantaloupe today at the grocery store, cut my finger open trying to slice it up. It was so hard, yeah. I tell you, it was crunchy. I said, this ain't right. Too green. Yep, you're right. Where are the cantaloupes coming off right now? Down in Florida or South Texas, maybe? Yeah, Lucky been a pill all day. But he'll get over it when I go to bed. He gets in those moods in Florida. He gets in those moods sometimes, won't leave that other cat alone, and I had to get after his butt. And Kale hit him. She'll swat him with something, but he made me so I got so mad at him today that I was throwing snuff cans at him. Empty ones, but I was throwing them at him. Yeah, I don't have enough garden space to raise cantaloupes. I like them though, man. But there's a fellow who comes down here and parks on about a quarter mile. No, he don't like the other cat. He's jealous, Melissa. The feeling's mutual though. She don't like him either. He comes down and parks down here about a half mile from the house on the highway on, I think, on Thursday. And during the growing season here in Mississippi, he has some good watermelons, and he has some super good cantaloupes. I'll stop by there and buy a couple every once in a while. Then he brings those. He travels all around and gets stuff. Okay. Melissa, how far y'all live from Sunny? What's the name of that Sunnyside Farm? Sunny Ridge Farm, that pecan place. How far y'all live from there? Sunny, what's the name of that place? Melissa, if you set them on a milk crate, well, y'all, they don't make milk crates no more. If you set them up off the ground on something, they'd probably be all right where air can circulate all the way around them. You probably could raise them. Sunny Land, yeah, 35 to 40 miles. Okay. Well, ain't that kind of where Hog Leg was raised, around Sunnyland Farms? Or am I thinking about something else? Or something his grandmother owned, some Pecan City or something. I can't remember what he told me. Oh, okay, 5 miles. All right. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know why I thought that hog leg was from right around their clothes. There you go. Well, they raised some good watermelons down here in South Mississippi, David. Okay, Pecan City. All right. Well, do y'all live in Pecan City? I'm. Yeah, yeah. Straw will keep them up off the moisture, but sometimes, oh, we used to put them on milk crates, but everybody had milk crates back in the day. The old wooden milk crates, you set them on a milk crate. Cantaloupe, watermelon. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, and you all right. And those watermelons, you turn them about a half a turn every once in a while. That'll keep them. That makes them better too. If you really want to make a really good watermelon, don't twist it off, but turn it. Y'all ever seen somebody put a watermelon in a square of concrete? Oh, I don't know what you call them, but they about a foot square. And set the watermelon over in it when it's little, and it'll grow square. That's pretty sharp. Because you either gotta cut it and eat it out of the concrete, or break the square and get it out. I watched a fellow on YouTube do that. Yeah, square watermelon. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they'll take the shape as long as it's big enough for it to go on and grow. But we used to set them up on a milk crate. So the milk crate had slats in the bottom of it, and there's air all the way around it, and that's a good way to keep them from getting diseases and stuff. Yeah, isn't that a type of cantaloupe, honeydew? Yeah, Tim, that's a trick question. Yeah, for pale wine. Yeah, you can sure do that. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know how many of them I've eaten them before because I bought them in the grocery store. But I don't know. I don't eat a whole lot of watermelon or cantaloupe. I just get a taste for them every once in a while. I don't eat a heck of a lot of sweets. I drink that dang honey though. That's sweet enough for me. I had me a good snort of honey this morning. Oh, well, I don't need that. First vegetable I ever raised was a watermelon. My granddaddy, I was a little bitty boy. He made me a watermelon patch. Man, I had two vines. And boy, I worked on them vines every day. And when I got a watermelon growing, well, he showed me how I mounded the dirt up. He showed me how to mound the dirt up, and I planted my watermelon right up the top of that mound of dirt, little Indian mound, like dug a trench around it. And I'd go out there every day and put water in that trench around them two plants. And then he brought me some boards over there. I don't know, back in them days, everybody had a pile of lumber around. And he cut some boards about, I don't know, foot and a half long, and they were wide boards, probably 15, 20-inch boards wide, old cypress, I think. And I set all them watermelons on there. Man, I made some watermelon. Yeah. And I was proud of that watermelon patch. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Grapes take too long to eat. I like it when it comes in a bottle. It don't take long to eat them when they're in a bottle. I don't know. I sent him a text message this morning or this afternoon, and I ain't heard nothing from him. I don't know what he's done. His back may be bothering, or he may be butchering up deer meat. He had a bunch of deer meat he had to butcher up. You know, up there where he lives, North Mississippi, they have that chronic wasted disease or whatever it is that deer get. I don't know, but when you kill deer, you got, I don't know what you take, but you take something to a place somewhere. They got different stations around up there where you take, I don't know if it's jawbone or what it is, but you take it up there and they send it off and test it, or they test it. I don't know what the process is. And then they send you back a message to let you know whether the meat's okay. So he's got two or three of them big old 104-quart ice chests with 2 or 3 deer ice down in them, and he's been changing the ice and he's running water out, you know, putting ice in them every day and turning them and everything, waiting on the test result. And he told me yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, that he got his test results back and they were good to go. So he probably been processing deer meat all day. And probably still is, because he makes all his own sausage and bologna and steaks and this and that and the other. Hamburger meat, I think. And that takes a lot of time to do all that. Yeah, he's busy. I tell you, he makes some good bologna. Man, I made a pot of chili yesterday, and I had a pound of deer burger and a pound of hamburger meat. That's what I used to make it. Man, that stuff is good. He gave me some bologna a few years ago. That was good stuff, man. And I don't even eat bologna. But he had that stuff spiced up pretty good. It didn't taste like bologna. It just looked kind of like bologna. I love venison. I like my favorite way to eat venison was of course everybody likes it battered and fried, but with some gravy. But I love shish kebab venison. Man, I love it, shish kebab. But when I do it, when I shish kebab, I put all the meat on skewers and then the vegetables separate on skewers. And I cut a piece of bacon, I don't know, 4 inches long, 4 or 5 inches long, and I put a piece of bacon and then a piece of deer meat and then flap that bacon over it. And each piece of deer meat got a piece of bacon on 2 sides of it, wrapped around it. And I marinate that deer meat in wishbone Italian and Dale's, and balsamic vinegar for 3 or 4 hours with the bacon too. And then I cook all of it separate, the vegetables on one skewer and the deer meat on the other one. And that way you don't overcook any of it. Left me out with cream cheese. And I like me some little old pieces of deer meat battered and fried, and make me some gravy and some mashed potatoes. Lord have mercy. I like squirrel cooked the same way. CP finna go in the chicken business. Yeah, he makes some sausage and then give you a call. Yeah, he makes some sausage too. I bet that's what he's doing now that I think about it. His brother, let me see, yesterday, I don't imagine he went though. He might have gone. His brother went over to Arkansas with his beagles yesterday, and I don't think CP went with him. I expect he's doing that there. Or resting up from doing it. You shoot right into him unless I eat tons of it. It ain't good for you, but I sure like it. Used to be a company over in Bastrop, Louisiana called Berry Packing Company, Berry, Berry Packing Company. I don't even know if they're still in business. But they had the best summer sausage that I've ever eaten. It's better than Hillshire, it's better than any of it I've ever bought. You just don't ever see it in the big grocery store. And all our little old country stores are gone, man, where they had the little meat markets, the little cold cuts and all. There ain't none of them around no more. And I tell y'all something else. It's been about a year now. You can't find salami. We can't even get it in the packs here in Graham. The ones with the little black peppercorns in it. They, up there where CP lives, there's three or four country stores up there where he lives. They still, because there's so many people still live up there and out in the country. And we went in three. When I went up there a month or so ago, metal detecting, we went in three different country stores. And all of them had meat markets there, cold cuts. And not a single one of them had salami. And I was telling CP about down here that we ain't been able to buy salami in a year. And he said, well, we'll get some. And then none of the three of them, then none of them have salami. He said, well, I'll be that gone. I guess I could, Tim. I ain't thought about it. You have to order a whole stick. I can't eat a whole stick of salami. I love pickle sauce, man. In fact, on that trip up there to CP, I couldn't find salami, and I bought a half pound of pickle sauce. And I eat regular sauce, and I eat the hot sauce, but the pickle sauce is the one I really like. I love that pickle sauce. Gee, man, I wish we can't buy that around here. It's terrible. The Star City for lunch and say thank you, sir. Well, I guarantee he's making some sauces. And I don't know if he grinds up any for hamburger meat or not. I know he makes regular sausage. And bologna and some sausage. I think he probably cut some up to fry. But let me see. I know he killed one, and a friend of his wanted a deer, and he killed it and carried it to him. Well, it was way back early though. And I don't remember whether he got 2 or 3 out there in those coolers. He might have 3. I can't remember. I know he had 2. He might have 3. So if he had 3 to process, he had his hands full. No, David, you're going in the wrong direction. You got to go to, you live in Little Rock. Y'all have to meet in Forest City or somewhere like that. You're going in the wrong direction going to Pine Bluff. CP lives south of Memphis, about 30 miles. Southeast of Memphis. 30, 40 miles. And I imagine for him going across at Helena is about the quickest. No, I doubt it. I reckon he'd go up to Memphis and hit 20 and go across, or 40. Hit 40 and go across. French chiller. I never even heard of it, but. Oh, chili. No, chillo. I never heard of the French chillo. Y'all northern folks got a different taste buds. Frenchies. Never. I know what Frenchies is, but I don't know what chillo mix is. In Brinkley, yeah, that's the direction he would go. Y'all meet over there at Duval's Bluff, not Duval's Bluff. Oh heck, What's the name of that place where they got all the minnow farms? Right above I-40. What's the name of that town? No, CP's 2 hours from me. Yeah, CP's 2 hours from me. Northeast. Desert, that's it. Yeah, CP meet you at Desert, and he can get him some black saltfish while he's over there. And some of them big old goldfish about that long. Chile is chili seasoning made by Frenchies. Okay, I've never seen it. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something about this deer summer sausage. Have y'all had the pineapple? Have y'all had the pineapple summer sausage? Venison summer sausage with pineapple flavor? Don't, that's some good stuff now. It don't sound good, but it is good. And Lance, you'll love pineapple with your Hawaiian self. That's good. Well, it's delicious. Well, don't knock it till you try it in venison. All of these processors down here make it. And one of them started it down at about 70 miles south of me over toward Yazoo City, Mississippi. And they all quick had to learn how to do it because he was cornered the market on deer processing. People were bringing them deer from all over the state. And some of them were getting whole deer made up with into it. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, drop my top. Some good stuff. I do too. Garlic's good for you. I get me some summer sausage and an onion and some of that red rind hoop cheese and some pepper. Boy, I can hurt myself. That's my kind of groceries there. I used it today and talking about garlic. I used 2 of them big old cloves of garlic today and that half a gallon of sauerkraut, a half gallon of pickles, and a half gallon of pickles. I used 2 of them big wads of garlic. I took a shower, so I guess I washed it all off. But I mashed garlic. I cleaned both of them cloves and mashed them. Yeah, I bet we would. And I love garlic on everything. Yeah. I don't hardly use salt. I use garlic salt. But I've always liked it. Yeah, forever and ever. Yeah. And how long does it take you to clean enough garlic to boy, that stuff is a pain, man. Have y'all seen them? They take a clove of garlic. Let me see now how they do this. They take a clove of garlic, a part of garlic, break it all apart, and put it in a metal pan. And then they take a metal pan that fits in that metal pan, and you hold them together and shake them. Just shake them and shake them and shake them and shake them, and then take one top off, and it knocks all of it cleans it. Now I've seen the videos of it. I ain't never tried it, and I don't see how it works, but it sure works on the video. I always just doing one at a time with a good knife. Of course, I ain't cooking it either. Not that much. You can do it in a paper bag with garlic. I didn't know that. Well, it didn't really take me that long to do those two chunks, but it still took some time. It's tedious work. But I like that fermenting that food. The main reason I like it is because I like to eat it. Yeah. My wife loves boiled eggs. I ain't that crazy about it. I like pickled eggs. Not for me. Dadgum, I got that. Uh-oh. What did I do here? We had bacon and eggs yesterday morning for breakfast. That was pretty good. I don't get up and usually on Sunday mornings is when we eat breakfast, cook a breakfast, but we cooked it Saturday morning. This time. Yeah, I hadn't had the opportunity to eat them but one time. And I don't remember where I was. It's been a long time ago. Pickled pig feet, pickled sausage. Man, I like all that mess. We used to eat pickled pig feet for dinner when I was in school, high school. Go back to school. Maybe 2 or 3 of us eat them daggum pickled sausage and pickled pig feet. We go back to school and man, we smell like. I had a teacher tell me one time, go brush my teeth. I can smell you all the way up here. What do you eat for dinner? I said, Bigfoot. He said, go out there to the gym and brush your teeth, boy. Bigfoot. What are you doing there? And two of the other boys in the class, they started laughing too. And she made all three of us go to the gym, brush our teeth. No quail in the South. There's a few left in Georgia, and I think they raising them. Finance and cows got them stupid quail. They ain't have enough sense to get up off the ground. Doves are thriving, and the quail disappearing, and the rabbits. I don't know. The further north those finance move, the worse it's gonna be. I imagine. Hey, Buck, y'all got coyotes in Pennsylvania? I know you do. Them dang coyotes and finance are taking over the small game industry that raised on the ground. I guess squirrels would be all right. I guess most of the deer. Turkeys, a lot of places, turkeys are having a rough time. But you can credit the tree huggers to that when they went after the fur industry. Because a coon's favorite food is quail, turkey egg. And when they did away with the fur industry, all the trappers and all the hunters, not all of them, but 90-some% of the coon hunters and just about all the trappers quit doing it. And the coons are more plentiful now than rabbits, and they're more plentiful than hell. There's hundreds of coons in this country down here. Yeah, I catch 3 or 4 in my backyard every year, and I live in town. Of course, coons been living in cities and towns forever and ever, though. So that ain't nothing unusual. But I mean, you see them out across. You see them everywhere, all the time. It's a wonder they ain't had rabies and died out, but they haven't. Yeah, I imagine hogs will root up a turkey nest too and eat them eggs. Yeah, because they'll sure eat eggs. But David, if you look at it, hunting for the average fella now has gotten so expensive. I know Mississippi, and I bet Arkansas the same way. They sell fewer and fewer hunting licenses every year because people just not doing it. The kids growing up would much rather play some kind of video game or something than they had to go out there and sit on a cold deer stand because their daddies quit. I got one grandson out of 4. I got one grandson that goes hunting out of 4. And both their daddies was raised in the woods. Now the one that hunts and that son, he hunts. He still goes hunting. Not like I did, but he still goes. He hunts when he can. And he more or less works for himself, and he don't have what you call a vacation schedule. But so they hunt 10 times a year, I guess. But out of all of them, he's the only one that hunts. And it costs you that much. Yeah. Yeah. Antifreeze. I catch them in live trap back here in the backyard. And carry them over and turn them loose in the woods. Well, it's about time for Hog Leg to kick in. I saw where he gonna go live tonight since Kenneth is not going. Yeah. Yeah, they're eating plenty of groceries. I'm gonna get on out of here so everybody can get ready for Hog Leg. Appreciate y'all coming in, and I'm out of free hours, so it'll be after the 4th before I can do anything here. Me and Troy on the same boat. We both too tight to pay for StreamYard, so I'll see y'all around. Appreciate everybody. Excuse me. Appreciate everybody stopping in. I'll see y'all later.